So, what the heck is going on here? Well, as I said, I'm making a current effort to whittle down my massive collection of decks. I'm trying to get rid of at least 23. So, I started with some obvious ones. I was going to start with unsleeving the Morph deck from 2019. You know, the Kadena Slinking Sorcerer, I think it's called. The Volrath one. I've been using Volrath as the commander. So, I basically unsleeved that. Oh, and I also unsleeved the Otrimmy, the Ever Playful deck. So, I had a lot of Simic cards lying around, and I've long since stripped the Mimeoplasm deck, which came in Commander Anthology, for a lot of parts. So, it wasn't really a good deck anymore. It still existed. Excuse me. And I used it to play test against my other decks. But I decided that, while I wasn't really gonna get rid of Mimeoplasm, but I realized it just wasn't that good anymore because of everything I'd taken out of it for other decks. So I decided to go back into my collection, and when you don't play a certain color pairing, or, Triad in this case, you find out you've accumulated a lot of good cards for that. So, I'm going to be taking my Mimeoplasm deck, and I kind of just didn't notice that I had a Muldrotha in my collection. So, I'm basically going to take multiple Sultai decks, and even a couple of Simic decks. I'm not quite sure if my Witherbloom deck is going to stick around. It might not. It's like, I like it, but some of those pieces could really go nice here. Specifically for the, sacrifice, get it back, sacrifice, get it back. So, I'm so torn on what to do with the Witherbloom deck, because I do like its unique flavor. But, that being said, like I said, I stripped Otrimmy. I'm stripping Volrath, and they've already been taken apart. They're just piles of cards at this point, and I'm basically taking stuff from those decks, and I'm reworking the Mimeoplasm deck into a Muldrotha deck. Almost the same thing. Also, every so often I see like a +1/+1 counter card or something that would go good in the deck. I've been also as a side project tweaking the Atraxa Precon I have. Just trying to keep that competitive. Like I said, one of the huge things is I get these decks when they come out, or I got these decks when they came out, and I'm high on them, and then I play them a lot. Then they just get added to the boxes, added to the pile, added to the group, and then I just never actually go back to improve them anymore. So I don't realize how out of date they are. And then I go back and I look at the mana base. It's so terrible. So many of my other decks are better. So that's basically where I am at this point. I'm improving Muldrotha with stuff from other Simic decks and Sultai decks. And yeah, it's been really fun because I don't play Simic very often. So this has been a really fun experience. So that's pretty much, kind of a weekly update of what I'm doing. I was going to try and do all of these, but I was going to do all of this on camera, but I realized that would just be me rambling and holding up two cards for, 20 minutes and then going, this one, and then doing that again, that one, or what should I do? And just fumbling through my collection because none of this is organized. These are just piles of cards, the remains of decks. And that's just not interesting to watch. These were just some rares I had lying around, just as an example. So it's more that I think it would be smarter and way less tedious if I just kind of gave updates as to what I'm doing, and then probably doing a little tech on the finished product. So I don't know if this is going to be finished, but I'm really excited. So 3 decks become 1, and Mimeoplasm wasn't on the chopping block anyway. So, there's that. That's a bonus. So right now I've slashed 2 decks out of that 23. I also have to just take those and file them away with the rest of my cards. That's when I will have officially made room. You know, they're taken apart, but they're still taking up space. Next, I'm going to probably look at Kethril Aspect Warper. Because really, it reminds me of the Mimeoplasm, just, I don't know, Abzan, and I remember being so high on the Ikoria decks before they came out, and then being so disappointed when they got here. So, I mean, you know, feel free. If you guys love those decks, that's totally cool. But I think the most I did was I pirated a lot of the Warrior deck for Sir Gwyn, Hero of Ashvale. But other than that, like, most of the Ikoria Commander decks have been the ones that have left the least impact on me. Guys, let me know in the comments if there was a year of Commander decks that you really were not fans of. Ironically, given the fact that we got, we got Marin of Clan Telnoth, I keep hearing people were not fans of the, I want to say it was 2015 two-color Commander decks. 2014 was monocolor Planeswalkers. 2015 was the two colors. 2016 was 4 colors. 2017 was Tribal. 18 was the Planeswalkers. And then 19, and I got this wrong so many times in the other video, 19 was the keywords. Which, again, I'm just now taking apart the Morph deck. I was actually most disappointed, aside from the Madness deck. Because I love Madness, but those decks have surprisingly, kept in form and rotation. It's just time. I'm just not that big into the Morph theme anymore. And again, a bunch of Sultai decks could be combined into a better Sultai deck. So, that was just a quick little update on what I'm doing, and it just saves me sitting here in front of a pile of cards telling you guys what I think might work. So, that's my little update on what's going on and my newest project and how I'm going to be really tackling this whole thing. I'm probably going to try and bump out a couple more deck, or, at least bump these off completely by the end of the week. Hopefully. This is just a little mini documentary on what I'm doing here. And again, hopefully the idea will be I'll have a full finished functional deck that I can do a deck tech on, which would be really cool. So, thank you guys for checking in, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.